Hello all, welcome back to my channel. On this Friday, February 22nd, it is 1:53 p.m. in the afternoon. Today, our contents, our topic is talking about how to write children's book in 9 steps. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never actually wrote a children's book. I'm getting into it. I'm trying to figure out, take notes, get other projects on how to do it. So, we're going to learn together. We're going to tutor each other in this video. First of all, how to write children's book in 9 steps. Number 1, you choose children's format. Should you publish an ebook or paperback? I say you can actually do both. Number 2, write a book for children and not adults. If it's actually for children, then you write it for children instead of adults. 3, narrow it down to your book category. And what I mean by book categories, what do you think, if you're inside of a children's mind, what do you think that comes to your mind what they're interested in? Whether you got board books, they love animation and demonstration with pictures, don't they? Pictures explain, can't read or understand a certain word, the picture will tell the story from it. So picture books is good. Trade books, chapter books, middle, the middle of the chapter books. You got young adult books. Step 4, because it wouldn't all fit on here on my notes, so I had to write them in here as well. Step 4 is you really got to know your target audience. Number 1, the children that consume the book, and 2, the grown-ups that purchases and reads the book with their kids. You know, a lot of kids like, say, their babysitter or the mother don't work or the grandparents don't work, they retired and they're kind of elderly. The kids like to be read to. So what you do, basically, what you have to do if you're going to be a children's author and write a book for kids, you got to figure out inside that kid's mind that you're picturing, and you got to write about it and figure out what they like to do, what they're interested in. I know I find it very helpful. I have worked in 2 daycares years ago before I became a parent, before I ever got married. And what I find helpful is doing story time and using certain stuffed animals. Like, people like teddy bears. Some people like clowns. If you do a story, a demonstration with a bear to young kids, that helps the adults and helps the kids to get more relaxed and they get comfortable with the story that way. This can be a good way to approach kids doing children books. You can use frogs, monkeys, anything that draws their attention. They will enjoy it very much so. So that's a good start to get them relaxed. You know the kids going to be all over the place to start with. So these are the 3 up here. I'm charging my phone with my computer. I forgot I can actually do that. I don't do it often because it wears out the battery in your laptop. But my charger's being kind of weird this morning, so I figured I just, what the heck, plug my phone up in my computer. It works much faster. The children that consume the book, and the age of the main buyer of children's books is between 44. A few ways to get to know your audience are we ready? Are we ready to list a way to know our audiences? Are y'all ready for this? Get ready. Might want to get your pen and notebook and take some notes on this one. Number 1, you spend time with age groups that you're targeting. You got to get involved with that through 16-year-olds. You got to go find that group, that age group. Talk to one of the kids, get familiar with them, find out what they like to read, their pros or cons. You know, get their age, that kind of thing, where they were born. All that's important. You get all that, you'll better write a good, decent children's story. It's complicated. They claim that it's not easy. It's kind of hard to do. I'm sorry if my internet's lagging. It was doing that yesterday with all this weather, and there've been some power outages in our area. We live close to, in Unity, and they got some power outages there at Buford. My daughter didn't get to go to school because they didn't have no power in her middle school today. So that's what's the update on my end on some of that. But yes, writing a children's book is not easy. And I'm just now taking my notes, getting advice from other mentors, and a friend of mine that I went to school with, she graduated before I did, a little bit older than I am. She's the one that messaged me on my feed and told me she would like me to write a story for her class. She's going to read it and teach it with her class. I was honored to be called out to do that. I've never written a children's story. So by doing this video, it ain't only trying to teach y'all and help you all out, it's also teaching me. I'm also a student and a learner in this blog too. This is blog number 2. Video vlog. This is a video vlog. It's all mostly do with writing. I might do discussions on other things, but most of my videos or my vlogs has to do with writing, tips of writing, how-tos or tutorials. I've done some facial mask videos. You all go check them out. But anyway, as I said, you spend time with your age groups. You target what age group you want to work with. The next one, talk to parents and teachers. Give a survey to women within the target age range from your own social circles. If you have a social circle, you line up your age target. I'm 46, so between 30 and the 46 range is a group as far as with my mentors like Kim Chance, Megan Corey. You got Gillian Perkins, or is it pronounced Jillian Perkins? I think it's Gillian. All these, they're getting the goals accomplished. They're doing really good. But anyway, yeah. So that's the steps on that. You want to spend time with the age groups that you're targeting. You want to talk to the parents and teachers. Give away have giveaways to women with your target and age in your group. You can have giveaways. That's another way to do targeting. Remember, your book will have to please parents and the teachers just as much as children. To learn more about children's books and their unique setup, you could study books that fall into your targeted age groups. You can look it up. Sometimes you can go online, keyword it in, and look for free ebooks that's on the subject that you're looking for. That's good references and resources there. What is the general layout? What is your layout going to be about in your children's book? Do you have it figured out? Do you get it set up? Or are you working on it? What vocabulary to use? Visit a bookstore or library and browse through the kids section to get the feel for this genre. Search age group trends and consume trends in general by sites like SlideShare. Check out SlideShare. You can learn things there. Step 5, choose a writing style and stick with it. This is one of my favorite subjects. I think I did a video this week about a certain writing style, but maybe it was just kind of the contents was a little worded different. You have to choose a writing style. It depends greatly on the age group you are writing for, the associated word count, the story you're telling, and of course, here are some styles with considering. If you're stuck and don't know, I can give you some examples of some styles. And yes, I'm back in my journal on this video. I take all my notes, jot it down, and that kind of thing is what you all should do. Number one, rhyme. If you decide to write your book in rhyme, you need to make the rhyme very, very good. It's got to post or present a present tense. Kids prefer books and they're in the present of the story, if that makes sense. 3, first or third person. Excuse me, I skipped one. 2, post or present tense. Okay, I do that in 3. First or third person. Whose point is the story told from? These are notes that you got to jot down and answer for yourself before you actually get into going for the children's role writing books. This is one of the most important decisions an author has to make. An author has to decide whose point is the story told from. This is one of the most important decisions of an author that has to make. It is the main character, the central focus on every page. With everything happening to them, is it helpful to see the events that are happening through their eyes? If yes, then the first person might be a good choice. So I used to get confused off this first, middle, and last person. That's the same as plot 1, 2, and 3, or the beginning, the middle, and the end. It kind of, don't you think? If not, a third person narrator vibe may give you more freedom and flexibility. There is no approach. It's simply a question of style. So a lot of people ask, well, what style should I write? Well, it just told you there is no right or wrong way style. As long as they can understand it, it makes sense to your target, your audiences, to the little kids that you're writing a story about. It has to make sense. You have to decide if it's going to be a first or a third person. You have to take notes on it. I got to answer this text for a minute. Sorry about that. Sometimes I get little messages and going to live stream my videos. It happens. But anyway, back to where we was at. So there is no right or wrong approach. It's simply a question of style. Step 6, include important elements of a children's book story. Your unique and inspired story ideas only as a story as the way in which you tell it. Good stories are carefully designed and tend to be simple. So basically what that means, you don't want to write no 50 chapter book on your first children's book. You want it kind of be short and simple. You want to have pictures in it. Pictures is worth 1,000 words, they say. Pictures is a good form of way that gets kids or your audience reading the children's book. It's all about composition. There's a beginning, a middle, and then the end. Remember, I just talked about that. Number 1, the unforgettable characters. The best characters have story personalities. Make bold moves, and go after their dreams against all odds. Children fall in love with them and want to be like them. Like they got a certain superhero. You want to write a story on superheroes. Who's your favorite superhero? Is it the Hulk? Is it Spider-Man? Is it the X-Men? I liked the Wonder Woman when I was growing up. She was my thing. I liked the Wonder Woman, the Bionic Woman, and I liked the Hulk. The Hulk, I've always been amazed. David Banner was the one that made the little series shows back in the day. I think that come out in the 70s or 80s. That was my show. I used to watch it every day when I come in from school or coming from spending a night from a friend, from staying with a friend all weekend. So you have to figure out what idea, what you want to write about as far as a children's book and go from there. So I hope so far that this video helped you how to write a children's book in 9 steps. If you have any questions, as I say, you know what to do. Comment below. If you find this video helpful and is useful to you, give me the thumbs up. And if you like any of my videos, feel free to subscribe my channel. Said on many of the videos, my goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers. And it's still going slow. I got 21 for now. I need more subscribers. Show you love and support. Do something lifting and cheerful on this Friday. If you don't have to drive out in this wet mess, don't. Do something that's educational, inspiring, and learning. Well, thanks, guys. And remember, keep writing. Bye. Bye.